I'm Susan Braedley. I'm at Carleton University in the School of Social Work and the Institute of Political Economy. I've been working on issues related to healthcare and aging and the social welfare, post-welfare state for a long time. And this is working on immigration is a new topic, but one that cuts right across all those categories.
I'm Karine Boucher. I'm at the School of Criminology at University of Montreal. I've been working for a number of years on border politics and how borders are extended or extending spaces that are having important effects on our everyday life in terms of our ability to move across borders, but also our ability to work, our ability to migrate. So I've been doing work on border services, I'm doing work on truck drivers and the border, and now we've started this project together on aging and migration.
So our project takes our different specialties and uses them as lenses to look at the ways in which age is a factor in developing immigration policy and the immigration regime in Canada. In most analyses, people aren't taking up the age requirements and the fact that the increasing emphasis on sociodemographic aging is pushing immigration in ways that are shaping it profoundly. And they're shaping it in a couple of ways. One is there is an emphasis on attracting young, skilled immigrants who will rejuvenate the nation, will help us be prosperous, will have babies, but not babies that they can bring in, babies they have after they're here, who they are going to pay taxes to pay for social welfare programs. They are going to save us citizens already existing. On the other hand, this makes older migrants into people to exclude. They present a threat to the welfare state. And but the ways in which they are kept out are really where Karine's expertise comes in, because we need to look at how they are kept out.
So we've integrated a feminist political analysis into our paper, and an analysis that came more from critical border studies to look at how we've developed in Canada different bordering tools, what we call bordering tools, to keep older migrants away or to filter and monitor their presence in Canada to make it as temporary as possible. So we've looked at especially new mechanisms like the super visas, reworked sponsorship requirements. We've looked at the longer use in our policies of visas for the general visitor, but how this has implications also for older migrants. So we've looked at these different tools in immigration policies, but we've treated them as bordering tools, that is, as tools that will filter, stratify entry into Canada and make it more temporary, but also make older migrants more vulnerable if they enter the country, because of these bordering tools, they cannot become a permanent resident, or less so than before.
Well, I think that immigration politics are social welfare politics. And I'm always surprised as a social welfare scholar when I enter into discussions of immigration where that's left out. It fascinates me. Immigration is about people. People need to figure out how to live. And states are always engaged with populations in terms of surveillance, in terms of counting, in terms of taxation, in terms of service provision, and in terms of planning economics. And never mind that they are the polity. So to me, they are the same thing and need to be spoken about together.
Also, in our presentation, we've suggested that we often forget that social reproduction is an important issue to take on in immigration policy. And generally, if you read the literature on immigration and social reproduction, you will read it through the lens of works that have looked at the work of migrant workers in social reproduction, taking care of children, etc., right? But you do not see a lot of work on how immigrants are actually able to take care of their own children, their own grandparents, disabled people in their families, etc. But that's a really important issue within our the types of politics that we and policies that we adopt in immigration in Canada. If you look at not only what we've been talking about in terms of parents and grandparents, but also the fact that people who are disabled, for instance, or we find that they have HIV/AIDS, will be also prevented from coming to Canada, right? So there are these, and therefore their families might have more difficulties to take care of them. And so we're looking at this area of policy, but also this area of academic work that is less considered, right? Because that would have a lot of implications in terms of social welfare, in terms of thinking about who is the migrant and who belongs to the nation.